What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, and how this game kind of was formed with Marvel and Team Ninja and Nintendo. My thoughts on the game in terms of who I'm looking forward to use, because I get that in a lot of my live streams. Hey OJ, who are you going to be using in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order? So I figured I'd make up a hype video for it, right? Talking about the game, what I think, some of my history with Team Ninja and their games, and what we could see from this franchise going forward with Team Ninja and Nintendo. So recently in the issue of Game Informer, there has been a ton of new videos and screenshots and stuff that Game Informer has. It's been like an exclusive for them. They flew out to Nintendo's headquarters and checked out the game early and have been posting a ton of content. It's been great stuff. They've been doing it in like small bits and chunks with stuff on their website, in addition to stuff on YouTube showing off the game and new characters. So it's been actually pretty good. And as someone who's an old school fan of this series, when it goes all the way back to like the X-Men Legends and Apocalypse and all of that stuff, the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance, it's great to see them kind of resurrect this, right? Nintendo, Team Ninja, Marvel, love to see that, because we all thought this franchise was pretty much dead when it comes to the Marvel Ultimate Alliance series. So in a recent interview, Marvel actually talked about how they were aware of what Team Ninja could do when it comes to action games. Marvel Games VP and executive producer Mike Jones actually talked about that and stated that they are huge fans of Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo and their esteemed history in terms of what they can do. Now, once again, Team Ninja is the developer, which Team Ninja is owned by Koei Tecmo, the publisher. So here's what he had to say, quote, "We had always been looking for a way to work with them on a project together, and Nintendo already had a fantastic relationship there." Just to let you guys know, give you some more background information here. Koei Tecmo is also helping out with Fire Emblem, and of course Nintendo's had multiple deals with them for stuff like Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors. They did the publishing for Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge on the Wii U. So they have a long history of Nintendo and Koei Tecmo working together on various different IPs and stuff in the past. So I think that this relationship kind of made sense here. So let's continue on with what Mike Jones had to say. They are able to deliver that quick response and high fidelity that people want to feel from our heroes. You want Wolverine to feel different from the Hulk, and each of them to feel different from each other. And I think before we get into the next stuff here, that's exactly what Nintendo and Team Ninja, I think, do best when it comes to their controls and their games. The response and the feel of the characters, especially with action games. Now, Team Ninja director Hiroya Yutsuda also chimed in talking about the involvement with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and he said, quote, "We think that Team Ninja is known for our action games, and we really wanted to expand on the aspect of that game. So we put out a lot of focus on the gameplay. We wanted to get a good response from the controllers when you're playing, and also have a good tempo to the gameplay." So once again, that's what Team Ninja is known for, the fast action gameplay from what they've done with Ninja Gaiden, also stuff like the Warriors series. So yeah, it just makes sense that they're going to be bringing it over in terms of the great controls and the great action and what they're able to do for individual characters, especially with the Marvel license. So this is great news, but I do want to kind of shift over to some of the stuff that I've been seeing with the game, some of the new gameplay, and some of my mains that I know that I'm going to be using once the game does launch on July 17th. So let's first start off with some of the new stuff that they talked about. They have Miles Morales in the game, and ultimately, as soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, that's pretty much going to be my main. We already knew Black Panther was going to be in the game, so I'm going to be using Black Panther as well. And then also regular Spider-Man. I mean, I have always been a Spider-Man main when it comes to Marvel games just in general, whether it's Marvel vs. Capcom or any other stuff that Spider-Man's been in. I always use Spider-Man, or I always use Venom. I always use one of the Spider-Man type of characters, and this one is no exception. Definitely going to be picking up Miles Morales. He's awesome. He's the new wave when it comes to Spider-Man, so I'm looking forward to using him. And of course, looking forward to using classic Spider-Man as well. Black Panther is dope, so I'm definitely going to be using Black Panther quite a bit as well. But some of the other characters that they showed off too, Hawkeye with the bow and arrow, that actually looks pretty cool too, and I'm looking forward to that. But I think the biggest thing with the different characters and what makes Marvel Ultimate Alliance kind of different from what we see from other games is the fact that each character can really team up with the other characters so well, and the combinations that you find. And I think that's the thing that separates Marvel Ultimate Alliance and the replay value from other beat 'em up games or titles out there. There's so much that you can do with all the different characters in the game, just teaming up with their powers. You're going to find combinations, you're going to be upgrading things that you just don't even know works. And then when it finally comes together, when you're trying to take down the hard bosses on the harder difficulties and everything, you're like, wow, that actually works. That's actually a really good combination. And I think for the people that are new into this and necessarily don't know about Marvel Ultimate Alliance and kind of what it does, with all these different heroes here, you can kind of combine the powers, and some powers work well with others when it comes to disabling certain enemies, while others aren't quite as good. So finding the great combinations of 4 characters to use all together, or even just duos, right? Even duos to where you can kind of combine those powers and see what works well to take down the hard challenges in the game is one of the most fun things about Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So I'm actually really excited to see what they're going to be doing in terms of like with the new characters, right? With the new characters and the combat system that they do have in this game. That is one of the exciting things about it. And Hawkeye looked really cool. Hawkeye looked good. They showed another look at Wolverine. He also looked good. Wolverine's the classic when it comes down to it. There's just so many good characters in this game, and apparently there's going to be more characters to be revealed. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, I do want to move into kind of the last focus here, and that's going to be the launch timing. It's going to be potential sales targets and what they're looking for here. So it's Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and these games have never necessarily done like crazy numbers. They've done good. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 was on like 15 different systems, so I know it ended up selling well on most of the systems that it was on. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is kind of where things came crashing down because the quality of the game necessarily wasn't up to what people were expecting from the X-Men Legends, Apocalypse, then also Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1. It seems like that one is pretty much like the black sheep in the family of Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, or that style. I do think that this game can do a lot better. You have Nintendo overseeing some of the quality when it comes down to it. You have Team Ninja developing the game, so you know that's going to be like a good responsive game when it comes down to the controls and when it comes down to the game. Maybe there might be some things here and there. Marvel Ultimate Alliance games have never been perfect, but at the same time I think they have a solid set in terms of who's overseeing it and publishing it and who's developing the game. So I do feel that this game could be probably the best selling Marvel or best selling X-Men Legends style of game on a Nintendo platform. So the GameCube, back when those had it, the Wii had one of the games. I think it's probably going to be the best selling one out of those, which would have to lock in at least 1.5 million or so. So I think it could do way better than that, but I'm just guessing that that would probably be my minimum what this game is going to do. I think that it came out at a very good time. People are still riding the high of the Marvel, you know, Endgame movie and everything like that. So the Avengers. So using all of that, kind of just the splashdown marketing from the Marvel movies to bring out a game at this point is a good idea. And on top of that, the Nintendo Switch this summer, the marketing campaign is starting to kick in. You're going to get a lot more people who have a Nintendo Switch during the summer, especially with stuff like Super Mario Maker coming out in June, and then Fire Emblem Three Houses also coming out like a week after Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I think there's just going to be a lot more people picking up Switch and people going on vacations and looking for something quick and fun to play with friends and family. And this is definitely one of those games you can get the brothers or sisters around and you guys can all play and not have to argue about who's going to have the Switch or whatever the case is if you don't have multiple systems, because you can play 4 players on one screen. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So I do think that Marvel Ultimate Alliance is going to do very well on the Nintendo Switch. The minimum would be 1.5, I would guess, probably like around 3 million when it's all said and done. I think it's going to be a big game when it comes to summer sales. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day with the game. But overall, I'm just excited to have it because, like I said, guys, I remember playing these games all the way back in the day. They first started coming out when I was in high school back in the early 2000s, early mid 2000s, and I would play those games with my friends, and I was hooked ever since. And I remember playing all the way through to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 when I was in college, because that one came out I think in like 2008 or something like that. And I remember playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance with my brother back in the day and beating that and going through multiple times on the Xbox 360. So it's been one of those things where I've been playing it for a long time, over the course of like 7 or 8 years. It was really popular with the first couple games and the X-Men ones. So we'll see what goes forward with this game. I think that it can breathe new life into the franchise with this game on Switch, and hopefully it does super well, because then maybe we're probably going to get some more. I think Nintendo would be like, all right, you know, this one did really well, let's go in and let's get another Marvel Ultimate Alliance, get Marvel Ultimate Alliance 4 on the Nintendo Switch. And to be honest, guys, I don't necessarily care about the exclusivity when it comes to it. If it was on Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, I'm just happy to see the franchise come back. But Nintendo's the one who facilitated this comeback when it comes down to it. I mean, maybe Marvel could have got somebody else. Maybe Nintendo jumped at the opportunity, considering it's a different style of game that they don't have on the Nintendo Switch yet, and it's popular Marvel characters. But at the same time, hey, they did it. So either way, the responsible parties, I'm really grateful to them, and let's get it when it comes out July 17th, guys. That's not going to be too long from now. Probably get some more information at E3 or something like that. Maybe another trailer. Maybe there's some exclusive Nintendo characters. I mean, that's something that a lot of people have been talking about. Could we see Link or could we see Samus? And from what I understand, not to sit here and give you guys false hope or anything, but from what I understand, Link and Samus might have been in the Wii version of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. There's been some information out there that they were cut or something like that. So maybe Nintendo allows them to bring them back, especially working with Koei Tecmo. You never know with some of these things. But we'll have to wait and see when it comes down to it. What do you guys think about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order on the Nintendo Switch? Are you guys planning on picking this one up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.